Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online. I hope you're having an absolutely superb day wherever you are in the world today. And today I'm going to be discussing how to calm down from stress. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about why you need to get this handled, what it's going to do to you if you don't, and what it can do for you if you do, and the how of getting it handled for once and for all and for good. And if that's not enough, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you more resources if you need to dig even further on this subject and all things personal development and spiritual growth. So with that out of the way, shall we get stuck in? Let's do it. Why do you need to get your stress handled and in check? Well, if you've ever suffered from stress to any great degree, then you'll know exactly why. Not only does it make you feel miserable, it makes everybody who loves you, everybody around you feel miserable, and it doesn't set you up for a very enjoyable time on this planet of ours, that's for sure. And okay, today's society is not really geared up to help you avoid stress, and that's why it's even more important these days that you learn techniques and strategies for handling it yourself and for really reattaching different meanings to, I shouldn't say reattaching, actually attaching new meanings to the things that are currently causing stress for you. I'll go into more of that later, but it is so important to get this handled because, you know, we've heard the stories about long-term stress being associated with heart disease, various cancers, all sorts of nasty stuff that we all want to avoid, right? So you need to get your stress levels down and maintain them at a low level. You don't need to be stressed. Stress is a choice, and I'm going to show you how to get that done very, very soon. But I want you to know that first. Stress is a choice. Stress can only affect you if you communicate it to yourself as stress, right? I know I might be losing you right now. It'll all become clear by the end of the video. But the good news is you can control this stuff yourself, I promise you, without medication. Okay, now, before we go any further, I need to just stress here that I'm not suggesting that you don't seek medical attention if you need it, okay? I am not a medical doctor, and you, again, have to make that choice, and you have to take whatever professional advice that you feel you need to help you through whatever you're getting through. But if you're currently under medication or you're looking to go and seek some medication, then I'm suggesting that eventually over a period of time, you can either remove that medication in most cases, possibly not all, or reduce that medication. Because we also know that a lot of the medications that are on offer these days come with a whole host of side effects, which we'd really rather not expose ourselves to either. Okay, so just to be clear on that, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. If you feel that you need help with stress and you feel you need antidepressants or anything along those lines, then that's a different conversation with a different person. But I'm suggesting that over a period of time that you can really, really drastically improve your situation to a point where you wouldn't need medication of that sort, or you could drastically reduce it. So that's it. I've cleared that up, I hope. So moving on to talk about the what. We've already spoken about the effects that it can have long-term physically on you, the effects it can have on the people around you as well. But I want to talk more about the effect it has on you because it's your life we're talking about. Now, here's what stress does. It's what I call the silent killer, okay? Stress is the silent killer because what it does, it not only aces your future in terms of your physical health and your mental health, but it also aces your future in terms of closing down the possibilities for you. Why? Because when you're in a state of being stressed, it's a fearful, anxious state where you are robbed of all of your personal resources, all of the things that will make you special, and all of the things that can help you rise above any challenge or obstacle and excel and succeed. So it's really, really having a dramatic effect on your life from top to bottom. And it's going to make you miserable if you give in to it. So the good news is, I'm going to tell you right now how to get a grip of it right now, throttle the life out of it, and remove it or reduce it substantially from your life. Okay, so I've drawn up a little prescription for you if you're suffering from stress right now. And this will work for you whether or not you're taking medication for a stress-related illness right now. Doesn't matter. This is only going to benefit you. You can't do any harm to yourself whatsoever from doing this. It will only help you. So with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what you need to be looking to do. Firstly, what causes stress? Well, okay, to a large extent, it's us focusing in the main on fears of something showing up that we don't want to show up, or something happening that we really don't want to happen, that we're scared of happening, and then we magnify that, and we magnify it, and we focus on it, and it gets bigger. We bring it to the front of our brains, if you like, the front of our attention. And everything that we're thinking about is focused on that problem. Even when we don't think we're thinking about it, subconsciously now we have wired ourselves to be aware of it at all times. Now the problem is you have a thing called the reticular activation system, and what it will do is it's going to go out into your external world and it's going to seek evidence to prove you absolutely right. And the more evidence it finds to support your belief about what it is you think is going to happen, the stronger you're going to feel that belief, and the more stress and anxiety and fear will be attached. So you see, it's a vicious cycle, and you're really digging a huge hole that you may never get out of if you don't check it in time. Okay, so the good news is I'm giving you this information and you can start doing some stuff to stop it. So I've said stress is the silent killer, and the reason that it aces people's futures and puts people out of commission, i.e. kills them, is because people are unaware. And they're unaware not only of the fact that they're doing this stuff to themselves, but they're also unaware of the fact that they can actually fix it pretty well and pretty easily by just doing a few things consistently on a daily basis, rather than the few things consistently they're doing on a daily basis right now that is actually causing the stress in the first place. So before I go into the techniques I'm going to give you to alleviate the stress and remove it, hopefully, from your life completely. And by the way, when I say remove from life completely, stress will always be in your life in terms of you get rid of this stressor, another one shows up. Then you have to deal with that. Okay, so life, you don't just get rid of the stress that's in your life now and it never shows up again. Let's get real. Okay, the way life is right now, it's a complicated life, it's a complicated world. Stress will show up at your door. How you respond to stress is your decision though. What meaning you attach to it showing up at your door is your decision. Get it? And your decision, the meaning you attach, will also dictate its effect on you and the actions you take as a result of it. Is it all starting to make some sense? You can control this. Nothing external can affect the way you feel unless you give it permission to. Does that make sense? And that includes stress. So here, let's get into the prescription. If you find yourself absolutely stressed out to a point where you're shallow breathing and you're kind of like you're uptight and really, really feeling in a bad place, then I have a breathing technique that can really calm you down fast. Okay. And what you would do is you would do this. You would breathe in twice very quickly through the nose. And then let it out. All the way. And then you repeat that 3 times. That will immediately calm you down a little. And that's a great place to start, okay? And then what I want you to do is consciously redirect your thoughts. And there's a way of doing this, but I want you to be consciously aware that you need to redirect your thoughts. Be conscious of what thought is triggering the feeling of stress in you, and immediately choose another thought. Focus on something that makes you feel happy. Focus on something that excites you and is positive or fills you with love, joy, whatever it is. Counteract that negativity with double or triple or quadruple the dose of positivity over here. And I want you to redirect your thought onto something consciously and magnify it. Really feel it. Really feel it. And you'll find that this stressor over here will dissipate. Now it'll come back and you'll have to repeat that. But over time, you will automatically start to flick. So you will subconsciously start to recognize that you're thinking a stressful thought that is taking you back down that path, and you will automatically switch. Almost like sometimes we can drive a car on autopilot, right? We can go from A to B, get to B, and think, I don't remember the journey. Like that, okay? Autopilot. You will flick to something more supportive. It's a matter of reprogramming yourself on a subconscious level, but you need to take conscious action over a period of time to get you there, right? But stress makes you pretty miserable, so I think you'd agree it's worth the effort. Second item on your prescription for today is I want you to do positive affirmations, okay? Your subconscious mind can only listen to one thing at a time and process it. So if you're having a negative thought over here, I want you to immediately, in your head, start repeating a positive affirmation and visualize it, okay? As if you already have it. So if, let's say, you have a fear of a financial fear, like something's looming in the horizon, you're worried it's all gonna go the wrong way, etc., etc., then I want you to immediately switch over here and start affirming the fact that you are abundant, you are financially free, and you just have a wonderful life. All the good stuff that takes away that fearful feeling, right? That will put you in a totally different place in terms of how you feel and the personal resources you have access to, which will also in turn affect the actions you can take to stop any of that ever happening. And by the way, let's just talk about fear, right? It's an acronym right now. Fear, false evidence appearing real. 99% of the time, that's exactly what it is. It never shows up. We just really worry that it will. We create it in our minds. We're looking for every way something can go wrong. Here's my suggestion. Here's my challenge to you. Why don't you think about that instead of going out there and looking for every way it might go wrong? Why don't you look over here and look for every way it's going to go right? Can you imagine the difference that'll make to your life? Food for thought. So positive affirmations, write them down, put them on index cards, have them with you, take them out during the day, whenever you get 5 minutes. Affirm them. Close your eyes if you get a chance, if you're on your own. Visualize them. You will overwrite these negative habit patterns that get you thinking negatively and open the doors to stress. It's as simple as that. You can reframe stress so that every time it crops up, it triggers you to fire off the positive impulses. Don't believe me? Try this stuff. You'll see it's true. It will work for you. It works for everybody. But what you need to do is have the determination, the commitment, and the application to see it through. And the final thing, I seem to mention this a lot, but it's such a critical part of getting yourself level and being able to deal with this type of stuff and have a really balanced, wonderful, joyous life. And that is meditation. I've said before, 15 minutes in the morning, as soon as you can when you wake up. 15 minutes of silence, of going within and silencing your thoughts. 15 minutes in the afternoon if you possibly can. And 15 minutes before you go to bed. And I'll chuck in an extra one as well. Feel grateful. You know, in the morning when you get up, say a quiet thank you for everything you've got. Stop focusing on what you don't have or what you think might happen. Focus on what you do have and feel real gratitude for that. because that changes your vibrational frequency out there into the universe, and that will attract different stuff back, more positive stuff back. If you're feeling more positive, you'll attract more positive stuff. Like attracts like in universal law. That's the way it works, and a positive thought has a different vibrational frequency than a negative one. So scientifically, you're doing yourself a favour if you do this. And then before you go to bed, same thing again. Go to bed on positive thoughts. Go to bed feeling fantastic and really vibed up and excited and grateful for everything you've got. And the following morning, you're going to wake up different. Now, can you see that over a period of time, if you committed to this, it would change the very essence of who you are? And as a natural result or knock-on effect of that, it's going to change what shows up in your life. And I guarantee you what shows up in your life as a result of doing this stuff will be much more to your liking than what's showing up currently. So that's it. Put it into action. Okay, none of this stuff works unless you put it into action. So I hope this has inspired you to take some action. And if you want even more information, if you want to dig even deeper, get over to robertcbrown.online. That's robertcbrown.online. Get on my email list, join my community. We have wonderful people over there, all like-minded individuals committed to their own personal and spiritual growth and committed to making positive change in the world. I'm happy to see you over there. I'd be delighted to welcome you over there if that sounds like you too. So with that said, it's over and out from me. Keep checking in. I do these every day. Catch you soon. Bye.
It's Robert here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've really enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe to this channel and come back and see many more doing these things all the time. And if you want to know when the next one comes up, click the little bell and you'll get a notification each and every time we've got a new video up there for you to have a look at. And the other thing is, I nearly forgot. If you love everything to do with personal development, business development, and just getting yourself into a peak state, then you're going to want to get over to my free webinar training, which is going to show you exactly the steps to take to overcome any inner barriers that are stopping you from achieving in life and business right now, and exactly what to do to get that put right and start living the life of your dreams, starting right now. Sounds like a tall order? Promise you, you can do this stuff. Get across to my webinar training. The link is in the description below this video. I hope to see you there. And at the very least, I hope that you click the bell. I hope you subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you back here again soon.